1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the Mental Reps podcast, featuring your host, Brian Wright.
Hey, dude, I get it. We have white penises, so we are the enemy right now.
Yeah, of course.
At the same time, like, you know, the good ones got to get out there and fucking let them know that we're some good people out there. We kind of, like, you know, made all the big inventions so far throughout history. We kind of created modern civilization. Like, you know, we're not too bad.
Our guest this episode is comedian Christophe Jean.
My mom was always very supportive. My dad, I remember he saw my first show at the Improv in Orlando and I did well. And I remember seeing him not really laughing. And I was like, why weren't you laughing? And he was like, I was just so worried you were going to be bad. I was so worried.
This week's episode is sponsored by the Field Irish Pub and Eatery, a little piece of island in South Florida.
He's like, every time you got to laugh, I just got relieved. He's like, I was just looking at everyone else like...
Nobody wants to see their son die on stage.
Yeah.
Now fade out that fresh as beat and let's get this bitch on the road.
Welcome to Mental Reps Podcast. Brian Wright here. What is up, fam? I hope you are happy and healthy. Thank you for listening, watching, however you're ingesting the show. We appreciate you. And life's been super busy for me lately. So shout out to everybody still tuning in, watching on YouTube. I had a great chat with our headliner on Tuesday, Christophe Jean. Awesome Shamrock Comedy Club show coming up at the Field Irish Pub and Eatery tomorrow night, Tuesday, August 23rd. Tickets available on Eventbrite. Really enjoyed my chat with the homie here. He's a good dude. I think you'll dig it as well. Real quick, be a pal and contribute to the Patreon page for Mental Reps Podcast. I have tiers starting as low as $3, and it all adds up and goes a long way. Huge shout out to Frank Rogers, our very first Patreon, the homie, and Louis Skipper, my ride or die OGs. I appreciate you guys as always. Also go to mentalreps.net, see all the upcoming events, go to the contact page, sign up for free tickets to comedy shows, among a bunch of other stuff. I'm telling you, best kept secret in South Florida here. Go get them tickets right now. They're starting at like $10. I think we even have some limited view seats or like $7.50. So, I mean, go sign up for the weekly drawings at mentalreps.net and win your way in, or go get your tickets at Eventbrite. I'll put the link in the description. My guest today is a hilarious comedian out of Orlando, Florida, Christophe Jean. We talk some psychedelics, comedy, sports, his family, Tuesday's Shamrock Comedy Club, all sorts of good stuff. You'll hear it, so I won't explain too much. It was just a really fun chat. Awesome guy. I'm really pumped for you to take a listen. But first, I have to tell you about my brethren, the official sponsors of Mental Reps Podcast, South Florida's authentic Irish Pub and Eatery. The Field, best damn Irish pub in South Florida. There, I said it. Multiple bars. They got the best taste in Guinness. Again, I don't know how they do it, but they got those taps, dude. They got those Irish taps, the best Irish American cuisine I've ever had, like shepherd's pie, bangers and mash, the corned beef, the cabbage, Irish potato soup, but also steaks, chops, fresh seafood, vegan options. So no excuses for your emaciated, fedora-wearing friends. Live music Wednesday through Sunday. Lots of Irish music. Tuesday nights belong to me there, though. We always have a good time. I'm either putting on comedy shows, themed trivias, live podcasts. So come out, say hi, meet the neighbors. But if you're staying in and still want that authentic Irish experience, fear not, love. Go to thefieldfl.com, enter codeword reps20 for 20% off your entire online order. Again, thefieldfl.com, code word reps20. All right, let's get into it. Little ginger homie here is a good egg. You're going to like this dude. Enjoy my chat with Christophe Jean. Welcome to Mental Reps Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Wright. My guest today, he's going to be the headliner at the next Shamrock Comedy Club, August 23rd. That's this upcoming Tuesday, the Field Irish Pub and Eatery. Starts at 8 o'clock. I got tickets available right now on Eventbrite. Link in the description. It's Christophe Jean. What's up, buddy? Thanks for coming.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, dude. You know, we were just, I was like, we have to wait to talk about this. I actually put on my like ceiling projector when I was like plugging in all my shit for the podcast, and I just all of a sudden look up and I see that I've got like stars on the ceiling and shit. I was like, oh, that's when I used to do mushrooms. And you're like, oh, you used to do mushrooms? And I was just about to tell you, the thing is, I did quite a bit actually. In my mid 20s to like late 30s, I went pretty hard in the paint. I would do what Terrence
Really?
would call heroic doses.
Heroic doses. Yeah. 5 Gs.
Yeah. And
That's a lot.
yeah, it sure is. It sure is.
Yeah.
And definitely wouldn't recommend it for everybody, but I was in the mode, man, to go hard and try and figure some things out. And
Do you think you got some answers?
oh yeah, and I was telling
Yeah.
girlfriend who's never done any psychedelics or anything like that. I was telling her, yeah, you should watch this How to Change My Mind, that Netflix on or the doc on Netflix. And she watched the one on mushrooms. She found it very interesting. And I was telling her, like, I had some sessions where I would sit down and write, and some of them I put on my phone. And I have these old notes from my old phone. Like, if I lost them, I'd be devastated. It was
Really?
like, yeah, it was like having, like tapping into this collective subconscious where I was able to ask questions and get real time answers. I'm serious. It was crazy. And the answers were like, no bullshit. Like a friend or family member who knows everything about you, knows you better than you know yourself, giving you straight up, but like all loving and like kind of Mother Gaia almost guiding you guys through the thing. And yeah, man, I got a lot of positives out of it. The only thing is that I stopped doing them after the last session. I kind of got the feedback. It was like, you're good for now. Done. Like you, not even that, like maybe you're done, but like at least for now, like just take a break. Right. And so that's where I've been kind of like the last, I don't know, probably 7 years or something like that. What about yourself?
Yeah, I've done all those stuff, you know. I've done all the shit, you know. Yeah, you know, all the acid and mushrooms and things. Yeah, it's interesting. I've always heard, I forgot, maybe it was Leary, or what's his name? Timothy Leary. It's like when you get the message, hang up, you know. Yeah, it's like once you did it, you done it, you know. Like, I don't know, I got that feeling once on DMT really acutely. Was there was some voice, some third party going, buddy, you've been here, you done it, you're good. Why? Like, they're almost annoyed, like, all right, come on, like, you were doing this. Yeah, it was like, you're doing this because you're bored. You're not doing this because you're soul searching anymore. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It didn't. Yeah, it didn't feel good. It was very critical. Like, it was just, I wasn't like super high on DMT. I only smoked like a little bit of it, you know, because I was bored and I was like, it'd be fun if I did a tiny bit of DMT. And then I was just seeing these swirling, you know, geographical patterns, and then a very distinct voice was like, bro, why are you here? Like, it's like you were just here. It's like if I was crashing on a friend's couch too much, like, dude, you gotta go. Yeah. Like, this is enough.
Bro, come on.
Too much.
Paying rent or get the hell. Yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly.
But you'll have that, right? You got like, you got what you needed out of it at the time, and maybe kind of they're like, yeah, come back, you know, come back a little later. For now, you're good.
Well, have you done DMT before?
Not enough. I did a small dose that I thought was not enough.
Right. It's like, did you not like feel much, or was it imperceptible, or was it like you got high on it, but it wasn't radical?
It felt like I had like a micro dose of mushrooms.
Yeah.
That's kind of pretty much what it felt like.
I think chemically they're very similar.
Yeah, but it obviously didn't last as long or whatever. But
no, it's super short. It's like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But the weird thing about DMT is just it's so intense and so strange. I remember one time I wrote down all these like introspective questions that I wanted to think about while I did DMT. And then I smoked it and I just hallucinated that I went into this like 6-dimensional dance party with like these aliens that were like partying and having fun. And they're like, he's here. What's up, man? Like, it was this like very welcoming feeling. Nice. And then I wrote down like, these questions are like, am I a good person? And I'm like, I don't know how am I supposed to, the input I get is dancing goblins. And then it's like, am I a good person? It's like, what the fuck is this fucking, this is just nonsense.
Well, see, that's
just very funny.
Well, I never did acid simply for that reason that I felt like, and you know, maybe I'd be well off to do it, but I just thought like, it felt like a little bit too much like, all right, let's put your brain on acid and see what the fuck happens. Like, it's not, like, yes, you can get a lot out of it. I know. And people have told me it's like, oh, it's better than mushrooms. But I just stuck with mushrooms because I felt like it was kind of like Mother Gaia was still guiding me along the way for the most part. There was a few that I went in and Mother Gaia was like, see ya, and slungshot me into the center of the universe. And I didn't. Yeah. And I wasn't aware of like, you know, up, down, left, right. But, you know, you can find, I think that it's a very positive thing. And people who are kind of nervous about it, it's not for everybody, but people need to watch that documentary. I mean, or read.
Yeah, I'm interested. I heard good things about the book. I didn't know there was a documentary until like yesterday.
Yeah, so interesting. But yeah, like I told you, it's kind of more of a conversation. And some people, a lot of people love it. Like some people are like, hey, dude, just stick to the interview and ask them questions. But yeah.
I don't care, dude. Sometimes, like, when are we going to talk about my creative process? I'm not.
Well, you have do have a podcast that you do with your buddy Joe, right? Who's coming down.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's just him and me just kind of like goofing around mostly. It ends up usually getting into more, I don't know, abstract things or more personal stuff towards the end, but it's also like, you know, me telling Joe that he likes to eat poop, like stuff like that. So we're trying to do like a really smart, dumb podcast. Like that's kind of the goal with it. It's just to be really stupid and funny, but also be like, you know, what does it mean that I had a dream about my mother and sharks? You know, what does that mean?
What is it about you gingers, bro? That's one of the things I love about Conan. Exactly what you described. Real smart, like idiocy. Like,
that's my favorite. That's the funniest stuff, though. It's just like, I love Norm Macdonald. I think he's the greatest. And I think he kind of nailed smart idiot, you know? Yeah. He's the smartest idiot in the room.
Yeah. Dude, I gotta say, some of the stuff that I've seen you do, and I've told you this before, I've been really impressed. I respect the hustle, and I admire what you're doing. And like, I love the street videos that you're doing right now.
Thanks.
Which honestly, I think that when you think about it, it's kind of brilliant because you're getting out there, you're getting to mix it up with the people. The people who get on the videos obviously are going to be like, "What's your handle? Let me follow you," because they're going to want to see the video. Then they're going to want to share that with their friends and show them, hey, look what I did. This comedian was just out there interviewing people. It's a great way to kind of, you know, grow your audience, but get in there and mix it up with them rather than trying to just like plead for follows online or whatever.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that was kind of like an accidental side effect of it. It was kind of this production company that, you know, they worked with Snapchat and they reached out to me and were like, do you want to do like a street interview thing? And I wasn't super confident about it because I'd never done anything like that. And I'd never done really like public sort of setting things, you know. I'd made sketches and done stand-up and things like that. But once we got to doing it, it's just such a like, it's very efficient just in terms of like making funny things, which is like such a relief. And I just get to perform too, which is really nice. Like, I don't have to like really write. I don't have to come up with anything too clever. Just someone gives you something and I can bounce off with it and play around with it.
I imagine.
Yeah, it's super freeing. And I've also like made, you know, like friends through it, you know, because like I just have like a 5-minute conversation with these strangers downtown and they're nice people with like similar interests. You know, I remember one guy, he was coming out of a concert and I was like, shit, I didn't know it was I don't know if you're into this band, but it's Godspeed You Black Emperor. I don't know if you heard of this band.
Can't say that I have. I'd be lying to you if I told you.
They're really, if you ever take mushrooms again, put it on it, because it's like instrumental rock music that's like really like epic sounding. It's like slow and builds and there's all these crescendos and it's super big. It's crazy and it's really psychedelic too.
Almost like kind of psychedelic stadium rock or something like that. Or?
Like Pink Floyd, but kind of dragged out and bigger, you know, but with no vocals.
Oh,
So it's really interesting.
all right.
So I was interviewing all these people coming out of the concert, and I was like, I like that band, you know. It's just like, so I just got along with some dude who and he's in some other local band. I wish I could remember the name of his fucking band, but I would plug his band.
No.
But he was a super cool guy, and I was just like, damn, this is a cool like little gig I got going on, you know?
Yeah.
It's just nice. It's just nice.
Hell yeah, man. That's the really important thing about getting out there and mixing it up with the people and meeting people. And that's the pandemic was so shitty for comedians.
It sucks.
And for everybody who does any kind of live events or whatever. It's just get out there and do your thing. Now we're kind of back in the swing of things. It seems like, well, at least especially down here in Florida, and to be able to get out there and mix it up with people, it's huge, because then it's like, you know, they get to sharing it with you, and that's really a part of it too. It's like, and when you're doing what you love, and like you said, it's a good gig, you get to meet friends, they can see it oozing out of you that you're enjoying it and that you're fucking like in it with them, you know. So you're doing all this in Orlando? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all. I was just saying, just when it's like an authentic interaction, it just works out so good. Just like, even just on camera, I'm just like, damn, like both people involved in this are like genuinely enjoying it. And I think it's when it goes good and I watch back the footage, like I know I had a good night, and it's just like, it just kind of radiates off where you're like, everyone's having fun within this video, so it just works.
Hell yeah, man. And by the way, I don't know if you do your editing or who does it, but I love the cutoff points.
Oh, I don't do the editing. I'll tell the editor.
I don't know. Like, that's it. I'm an editor, and I just like, that's something immediately that I picked up on with your videos. I was like, I see you, editor. I see you.
So he's brilliant. He's not a comedian by any sense, but you can tell he has comedic sensibility by his editing, which I think is really cool. Timing is so important, because I've seen things that are comedies that are edited by people who aren't comedians, and it just doesn't work.
It hurts. It's like, oh God, this could have been so much better. But yeah, you're doing this all in Orlando, and is the whole family there? Is that where you grew up, or you just moved there, or what?
No, I moved to Orlando 8 years ago to go to college. UCF. I'm from Tampa originally, but when I was 18, I moved to Orlando to go to UCF.
A big leap across the other side of the coast.
Yeah, dude. A 90-minute drive.
Yeah, I got to get away, mom and dad. So what do mom and dad?
I gotta spread my wings. Yeah.
What do mom and dad
go to the big city?
All this shit, dude. They love it, or are they confused, or what?
No. They're big fans now. I think my mom was always very supportive. My dad was like, he didn't really understand how much of a career it could be, like in terms of validity. So once I started like making a bit of money doing stand-up, he was like, oh, that's great, you know, it's a little, you know, bonus money for, you know, from your day job or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm like pretty much doing it full time, it's I mean, I am doing it full time. I'm just making money from social media, so it's a mix of social media and stand-up and stuff. But now that I'm like, you know, bona fide like that, he's like, you know, a huge fan.
That's awesome.
My dad's very much like a pragmatic guy, just like, don't, you know, I remember he saw my first show at the Improv in Orlando, and I did well. And I remember seeing him not really laughing. And I was like, what, like, why weren't you laughing? And he was like, I was just so worried you were going to be bad. I was so worried. He's like, every time you got a laugh, I just got relieved. He's like, I was just looking at everyone else. Like,
nobody wants to see their son die on stage.
Yeah. He was like, and then he's like, yeah, if you were bad, I would have told you to stop doing it. I was like, hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's good. Do you have siblings?
I have an older sister. Yeah, she's 5 years older than I am.
Okay, what's she do?
She's a teacher in Tampa.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So they all get it. They're all on board, but they also kind of keep you grounded and shit, because that's huge. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, super supportive, but also like, I don't know. My parents are as self-made as you can be, as far as like, you know, boomers, but you know, it's like they had boomers. Yeah, these, you know, it was easier. But at the same time, my mom like worked starting as a secretary and then did the corporate ladder. My dad owns an AC business. They're hardworking people, so
That's
they're
the
like
taught
they're
you a
not
good
going to
work
just let.
ethic, I'm sure, man. You can tell.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, my dad was fucking nuts, dude. My dad he would work, 7 to 7 doing AC in the summer in
Fuck.
Florida.
Yeah, dude.
You know,
So this might be a
and
stupid question.
crazy.
Irish?
No. I mean, my mom is something. I don't know. My mom's like a whole mixed bag of white, and then my dad is French.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, the
Mhm.
Christophe gene, I figured as much,
Yeah,
but I was
Christophe
like,
Jean.
maybe the little ginger action you had because we're gonna be out in the club. I'm like 2/3
Yeah.
Irish. I actually found out I'm a little more Scottish.
How you 2/3?
Like 66%, I guess you'd say. Like
That's so weird. How do you end up? That's such a funky. Do you think it'd be 3/4 or 1/2? But there was like, I don't
yeah,
know.
dude.
Oh, did you do the thing? The
ancestry.
swabby thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
mostly Irish. What's the
Um,
other third?
I got Scottish, Polish, which a lot of my family lived in Poland, and they moved over here to the States, came over on a boat, but they lived in Italy for a couple generations first because shit went south in Poland. They go down to Italy, and a couple generations there, they just started a bunch of Polacks calling themselves Italian, but they're actually fucking Polish. So I got some Polish in me. Like I thought that I was gonna have a bunch of Italian. I got like very little Italian in me. I actually got
you
more
look like you could be Italian or Greek or Armenian or
Yeah, I got some of that in there. It's a little mix of all that like Eastern European, but like mostly Irish, and I'm about like 15% Scottish. That's like second.
Interesting. I would not have thought that at all.
Yeah, I would have thought that you outside of your name, I would be like this guy 100% fucking little Irish. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like on both sides of my family, and I remember my great grandfather had red hair, and then a few of my aunts on my mom's side have red hair. But I'm like yeah.
It's like
Both my parents are brunettes though.
no, this is like a kind way of asking the age old question. Like all your body hair is full on red. You just fucking like Please tell me you got a thick bush down there, dude. Tell me you got thick.
Right now, I think I trimmed it a while ago, so it's coming back, but it's not full on. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not full on bush territory, but I'd say it's probably 2/3 there. Probably as much bush I have as you are Irish. So 1-to-1 ratio. Yeah.
Very nicely done. Call back. You. But yeah, dude, like you say, you got a lot of your success on fucking TikTok and Instagram and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like I get Instagram. I come from also back in the day, I used to be a news reporter, and I did like this story on TikTok way back in the day. It's like the most evasive, like privacy wise app out there. Yeah. Like the Chinese are pretty much like, hey, everybody, use our app and we're just going to take all your fucking metadata and just
everything.
Like, so that always kind of made me feel like I don't know if I'm in a rush, but it's fucking huge. There's people who are like yourself. It's helping their careers. I mean, getting huge followings on there. So like, I guess for people who are trying to go that route and build a following, because I do have a lot of young listeners, and I got some older comedian listeners who need to get with the fucking program and get like new listeners and shit. So what's some advice you got for people who are trying to go that route?
I would, I'm not sure. I mean, it really depends on like where you are in comedy is what I would say. Like if you're brand new, then don't do anything and just get good at something and give yourself some time to develop a skill and then showcase it. Because what I did essentially, it sort of lucked out timing wise, is that because Instagram was very difficult prior to the Instagram Reels function. And I was mainly focused on making TikToks that were sort of like more like sketches really, and not really posting stand up because my goal was, I was like, oh, I don't think, you know, I don't know if I want to do stand up yet. I'm just going to make sketches with my friends because that felt safer than doing my stand up for some reason. And I was like worried about, you know, maybe burning material, but it ended up working out that like basically I had like 30 or 40 minutes of like pretty good stuff when I started really posting on Instagram. And that breaks down into 30 or 40 videos. And I would try to post 2 to 3 times a week. So that's, you know, 6 months of stuff. That's 5-6 months of stuff. And in that time, while I'm posting the stuff that's already done, I can work on new stuff. So it kind of ended up being a sort of, you know, set in motion that way. And then I started doing like the long form podcast, and I started doing the stuff on the street. So if you're a stand up, I would say just have stuff that you post that isn't stand up. Have, you know, make sketches, do a long form podcast, you know, do street interviews, something. You put a camera in your face and rant, whatever, just to have something to where, because it, you know, it takes to make 5 minutes of stand up for me, realistically, takes 1 to 2 months, let's say. That's too slow. It's too slow for the internet. It's only 5 videos in 2 months. That's nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think your 15-second podcasts were a good idea. And I get that somehow maybe sticking with them and the execution of them and the logistics behind just making sure you pump them out is kind of a pain.
Yeah.
Yes, I know all of that, like the logistical end of it's a pain, but I thought it was smart because, listen, man, we live in the day and age where people want to consume shit in very short forms. So you can pump out a little video that will also crank up the numbers on it because you're going to get far more views, far more everything. And people are willing to just toss a like if it's like, if you're able to entertain them in 15 seconds and it's kind of like a funny little boom, it's less complicated for somebody to have to make like, do I approve everything in this message sort of thing? Sometimes it's just this quick boom, boom, boom. Oh, toss them a like at the, and I think that's a good advice that you're giving people.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, I think the 15-second podcast just came out of like, I was going to do a podcast. It was right when I was starting one with Joe, the Gene Jacks podcast on YouTube. Check it out.
Yeah.
Look at that seamless plug. But I was joking around with friends, and one of them sarcastically, like, we were saying an hour is too long for our podcast. We're not going to be interesting for that long. We're just going to do it for 20 minutes, and it'll be easier for people to engage with because of their attention spans. And then my friend, she was like, you should just make it a minute long, like kind of sarcastically. I was like, that's a great idea. I'll just do that.
Yeah.
And then it ended up 15 seconds because Instagram Reels used to be only 30 seconds long. You can only post up to 30 seconds. And so my goal was to make everything fit. And then it ended up being like, these 15-second podcasts are 45 seconds long. Like just the way because it ended up having sort of a structure of like intro, joke, outro, and then it ended up being like 30 to 45 seconds at least.
Yeah. But you know, who's like, oh, this is 18 seconds, not 15.
You wouldn't believe the comments, dude. There's plenty of
the 15-second podcast is 35 seconds.
This is why we can't have nice things. God damn it.
I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm like, I called my friend a pedophile. Like that was the, that was the whole thing.
Problem that it's 17 seconds and not 15.
That's the most that I lied to you. That was offensive.
Get your priorities straight. No, but no, man. We preach the grind on this show, and I love to see young bucks like yourself out there doing the work and not trying to take shortcuts. And the idea is to be undeniably good. Was it like Steve Martin said? That's the idea. If you do that, and everything else will kind of follow. I see a lot of young comedians out there trying to pull off little tricks, man. Instead, especially somebody who produces shows down here, it's like I see the people who are doing it right, and I see the people who are fucking playing games and trying to like, oh, maybe if I get with the right person or I get this, and then I'll be able to get it. So not the right way to do it. Just work on your shit, be undeniably good, and people are going to come to you and ask for it. That's what the position that you want to be in anyway, ultimately. So just keep on grinding and working until you get to that point. But shout out to you, man. Like I told you, I think that you are one of, if not the best young rising comedians in Florida. I mean that.
Thanks, man.
Your writing,
I really appreciate it.
So it's so good, dude. So good.
Thanks.
And I really appreciate what you're doing out there. And I'm pumped to have you on the show. Get you on.
Dude, yeah, I'm excited.
We had you featured last time with Sean Finnerty, which went great. And I told you definitely want to have you back. So pumped to have you.
I really appreciate you having me back because I really like the venue, the Shamrock. It's such a cool place aesthetically, just to look at, one, and two, also just functionally for stand-up works really good because it's kind of low, it's dark, there's no, I don't even think is there windows? I think there aren't even windows.
The tiny little, but they're all pained and you can't see in and out of them. They're low ceilings, dark lighting.
Yeah, it gives me like basements. It's big. It's bigger than a basement, but I mean, it has like the kind of intimacy of like some of the shows I did in actually New York City, where you'd step down some stairs, go through the cellar, and then there was another comedy club that I did a couple times there called Sesh Comedy Club, and that was just, you walk down these stairs through this door, and it's just this, everyone's huddled in. There's no light coming in from the outside. It's just like, I don't know. It's just just changes people's minds when they enter into that, and just makes stand up so much better. And I get that feeling at Shamrock. So I'm just like, this is great. This is gonna go good.
I appreciate that. I love the room, and a lot of comedians say it's like the cellar with better food because they have like all and shit. And
I did eat something. I forgot what I ate there, but I was like, this is actually very good. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I had a low expectations because it's like, it's a bar or something, and I'm doing comedy there. So
you get a basket of chicken fingers. Shut up, kid.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I'm gonna get some chicken tenders. Oh, I had some kind of salmon sandwich or something like that, or some kind of like fried fish sandwich or something like that. It was great.
They don't fuck around, dude. They don't
fuck around.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, I want to respect your time, and like I've really enjoyed our conversation, but I want to respect your time, get you out of here a decent time. We just have a couple things that normally I have planned that we do before the end of the show. We'll bang it out real quick, and we'll have some fun. This is basically, we try and keep the show positive, but I also think that it's good to get negative energy out. It's not good to let that shit stay bottled up because it's going to come out one way or another. And I like to give my, guests an opportunity to kind of exercise those negative emotions in a safe platform. And this is a little something that I do. It's called Hater Hall of Fame.
Okay. I hate you guys.
I hate you. I don't even know you. I hate you.
You're tacky and I hate you.
All right, dude. What's pissing you off today?
What's pissing me off today?
Or it doesn't have to be today, or in general, something that's just been fucking grinding your gears lately. It's just like, God damn it.
What's been pissing me off, dude? Oh, I've been having like bad dreams all the time. I don't know. That's a weird thing. I'm not angry about it necessarily, but I wake up just mad stressed out over shit.
Oh,
no. Like, what the fuck, dude? I would just wake up in this mood like, fuck, shit. Like, because I don't know. I think it's
dude.
Because I think it's a side effect of the medicine I started taking recently, and it makes like your dreams. It makes your sleep deeper. Like I started taking magnesium for like anxiety stuff.
You're like REM to the gills.
I'm REM'd out, and then I'm having like 6 dreams a night, and half of them are like I step on a nail, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh,
so that shit sucks ass.
It's like some fucking tormenting shit. So you just wake up in like a panic.
Yeah, I'm just like my first emotion of the day is like shit.
God damn. So you're basically you're upset with your subconscious, is what you're saying.
Yeah, dude, my subconscious can suck a dick right now. It's pissing me off.
All right, we're gonna do. It's just a quick couple questions. It's called Mental Reps Questionnaire. Everybody gives me shit that the intro is super long. I don't give a fuck. I'm keeping it.
Let's sit through it, dude.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Why so serious?
What's in the box?
What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
Answer the question, Claire.
Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Out of a DeLorean?
You want answers! I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Is Darth Vader my father?
For real, B? I want answers.
Without a good question, a good answer has no place to go. It's time for the Mental Reps questionnaire.
All right, buddy. If you could meet anyone, current or historical, and spend the day picking their brain, who would it be?
Current or historical? Damn, dude, I don't know. Who would I pick? Man, I'm not sure. That's a difficult question. Yeah. What's your answer?
Well, I don't want to influence your answer with mine. This is because I get that sometimes people go, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind talking to it's very clever what you're doing right now. You're throwing it back to me, but the whole point is to kind of put you on the spot. And it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a perfect answer.
I'm trying to think of who I would really choose. I think maybe I've been really interested lately in. I had a long podcast recently with Joe, and we talked about like theology a lot, and we talked about we kept bringing up David Foster Wallace. So I'd be interested to hear, which is a very white guy choice, but probably David Foster Wallace.
Okay, I like that.
Have you read his stuff at all?
I'm familiar with. I haven't read any, but I am familiar with him. I think it's fascinating. Most definitely.
Yeah.
I grew up a Christian.
So
I'm kind of all that stuff is fascinating to me.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't necessarily a theologist, but he wasn't. He was just an author. But he wrote some stuff about sincerity and faith and things like this, and. To be interested in, he was very he predicted a lot of stuff, and he died in I think the mid 2000s, and he was essentially like VR porn. He's like, we're gonna be stuck in these pleasure holes, and I'm like, yeah, dude, we're getting closer and closer to the pleasure holes. So he was like VR porn will be imperceptibly different from sex, and we'll have to make a decision then. And I'm like, yeah, we're getting there, dude. We're getting there.
Fucking
got a fleshlight and an Oculus, and that's just that's a good Monday.
Yeah,
that's a good Monday, baby.
No, dude, totally. I think that's a good one. I like that. It would be a good conversation. Yeah. Let's push through. If you had a one round trip ticket, a time machine, when and where would you go?
Round trip ticket and a time machine. I'd probably go maybe. I'd have to do some studying before, but maybe like a 1930s France, which I realize is the premise of the film Midnight in Paris. But I would probably just do Midnight in Paris. It sounds pretty lit. Just hang out with like Hemingway and Henry Miller and some smart people, and they can be cool, and we'll drink absinthe and shit and smoke cigarettes.
Fuck yeah, dude. I like that. All right. Try not to overthink it. If you could create a Woodstock music festival featuring 5 musical acts from any era, who would they be?
All right. Okay. Let's see here. I would probably damn, dude, that's difficult. I'm seeing this band Black Midi soon.
Mm-hmm.
They rule. I don't know if you know them. But they're pretty dope. They're like noise rock. You into like noisy stuff.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, and then let me think here. Maybe throw in like a Kanye, just to have like some hip hop there. Daft Punk would be sick.
Okay.
I think I'm just trying to cover my bases. I got rap, hip hop, dance music. What's missing? I'd probably throw in like John Prine for just like a chill out folk session. That's when you go the next day when you're all hungover and shitty, and then he tells you about some nice things. And then I'd probably throw in maybe like a Earth, Wind and Fire, just like this nice, safe, funky dance vibe.
Fuck yeah, dude. I like that. I like that. Very good, dude. Fucking hella good answers, man. We're back, and I was about to turn into a fucking pumpkin because my Zoom like Pro thing ran out, and I didn't update my credit card, and they fucking got me. And I was like, oh, maybe it will just end on its own momentum right before the little cutoff point. Thankfully, you were giving well thought out answers. I was just like, okay, let's just figure this out real quick. So we're back. I didn't like how it felt a little rushed at the end. So we'll just kind of fucking take our time with that. Let me ask you a quick question.
Sure.
No wrong answer. Do you sports?
Yeah, I love sports.
You do?
Yeah.
All right. Fucking who are, like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do a quick intro. We'll do some sports real quick.
We've got too far. There's too much to lose. We got to keep our composure. Playoffs? Can't do it.
Hello?
Fuck it, man. Let's talk some sports for a second. We got, who are your teams? First off, let's start there.
Baseball, I'm a Rays fan. That's like primarily what I'm watching mostly is baseball.
Okay.
I'm like a casual fan of like UFC and like maybe Premier League soccer. What else do I watch? I mean, I definitely watch football when it's on. I'm not like a huge supporter of any particular team. Probably Bucks, just that's what I grew up with. It's like kind of weird being a Bucks fan now because they're sort of just ridiculous in terms of just like Brady and stuff. Last 2 years, I mean, it was dope to them to go to the Super Bowl and stuff, but
that had to be fun.
Yeah, that was sick. Or they won the Super Bowl. I mean,
yeah, they fucking won.
Yeah, they won.
You're not that big of a fan.
I was like, well, no, because I was thinking last year they went and lost, but I'm like, no, they lost in the playoffs last year. They didn't go to the.
That was a hell of a game, though, dude.
Yeah, it was like it was like a near comeback. Yeah, that's fucking Brady, though, dude. He just fucking comes back every fucking chance he gets.
Fucking beast. All right, well, let's stick to.
He's ridiculous.
Let's do this. Give me your top 5 favorite athletes of all time. They can be from any sport.
Okay, shit. That's tough.
I'll give you mine real quick for inspiration because I know you.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm Dan Marino. That's my fucking guy, no matter what. Okay.
Classic.
Numero uno.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Williams.
Nice.
Guy. Ed Reed. I don't know if you know who he is.
Yeah, safety.
And I would say I have to throw MJ in there just because he was such a huge part of my childhood. Michael Jackson. Yeah, Michael Jackson,
Michael Jackson,
dude. He's a hell of a guard for the
hell of a ball player.
Yeah, dude. When he broke out that glove, you knew shit was going down.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like also Zach Thomas. He's an honorable mention for me. He's a Miami Dolphins great who should be in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, I didn't even know that. Okay, let me think. When I was a kid, Warren Sapp was sick. I loved watching the Bucks defense as a kid. Derek Brooks, Warren Sapp, John Lynch, Barber, Tiki Barber, or not Tiki Barber, Rondé Barber. Like that defense in 2002 was fucking sick. I remember being like a little kid just being like, yo, this is so sick. Nice. So yeah, if you can count maybe that as one, the Bucks defense in the early 2000s. That was dope. Baseball players when I was a kid on the Rays sucked when I was a kid, but I was definitely a Rays. Actually, they got better when I was a little older. Evan Longoria was pretty sick for the Rays. He was dope. David Price was a really cool pitcher. I liked Rocco Baldelli back in the day. Like he was like kind of like a star in Tampa, and I'm not sure anywhere else. Same with Crawford. Carl Crawford was sick.
Okay.
I was definitely a big Rays fan when I was a kid, and then I kind of lost interest in sports in like high school, college, but recently I've gotten back into it because my roommate's really into it. And dude, I love John Daly, the golfer. He's fucking sick. He's dope.
He's the best, bro.
He's the best, dude.
John Daly. Yeah.
He's just chain smoking, dude. Yeah, he's the man. He's awesome.
Awesome, dude. That guy's a legend.
Personality. And yeah, I'm trying to get into golf, dude. I'm trying to play. I don't know if you ever play golf.
That's like, dude, I actually, you've seen like walk with a cane and shit. And golf is the one thing that I still can get out there and fuck around with. I took lessons when I was a kid and I've always loved golf. So if you ever want to go out, hit me up, dude. We'll fucking go hit the links. And
wait, so you're a decent golfer?
I mean, I get out there and hack fucking ping pong across the best of them, but like I'm not.
Dude,
there's a little golfer
so
in there
much
somewhere.
ass, dude. I've been to a driving range 2 times. Now that I'm like, I'm gonna play golf. I'm gonna be a golf guy. and I'm like so fucking bad and so mad. And I ripped apart. I don't know if you can see. You probably can't with my shitty webcam, but I have like a massive blister on both thumbs because I don't have gloves. And I just ripped my hands apart.
See, I like getting out on the course because then you could just like hop on and off the cart. You can kind of breathe a little bit, get some, I don't have hair anymore. Fucking, get the breeze going through the beard hair.
Yeah, I just think I'm such a bad golfer now that if I went to a course, I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I'd be embarrassed. I'd probably have to start way up front, like way.
In the ladies' tee.
Yeah, way worse than the ladies' tee. I'll do the children's.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Special Olympics tee. No,
dude, fucking. Yeah. I'm playing throw golf. I don't get a club yet.
Well, it's just fun. You got to go out with the right people who aren't going to fucking judge you. And if you get that, which it's like you get out there, you bring a fucking cooler full of beers or whatever, a little pen to smoke on or like a couple joints. And you just get out there and fucking, enjoy it. It's a good way to just kind of enjoy being outside while playing a game and taking it easy and fucking, if you want to get like the cigar vibe going, make it.
I love that
and shit.
A couple just beers and cigars out in the fucking hot sun. Dude, sucking ass at golf. That sounds like a beautiful.
It's a good time.
It's like a beautiful time, dude.
It's a good fucking time.
I'm just going full white guy as I've gotten old. I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna start golfing. I love light beer and cigars. I'm just like
IRAs. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna embrace it.
Fully embrace it, dude. Why not, man?
It's my culture, dude.
Yeah. Hey, dude, the thing is, it's like, I get it why everybody's we have white penises, so we are the enemy.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, of course.
At the same time, like, I think it's a good thing to not like the good ones got to get out there and fucking let them know that we're some good people out there. We kind of made all the big inventions so far throughout history. We kind of created modern civilization. Like, we're not too bad.
I mean, I've never like really encountered it in real life. It's on Twitter. It's not,
yeah, dude.
People don't do it. People are,
okay.
Most everyone's nice, dude. Most everyone doesn't think that way or has real animosity like that. And if they do, they don't speak on it, to me out of nowhere. My friends aren't like that. My circle of people isn't like that. I see it on the internet and I'm like, well, I'm sure there's some good arguments in there, but some people are just online. There's too online.
Yeah, dude. An altered like idea of like, I always used to say like, yeah, you get 10,000 people go on Twitter and they say something, you think, oh my God, Twitter is a storm. 10,000 fucking assholes who like, if you post anything like the earth is flat earthers are idiotic, you're going to get this massive response from flat earthers and be like, good God, everybody's flat earthers out there. And it's like,
right.
No, you
think it's a way worse problem than it is. It's just like, it's not, it's also just kind of fun in a way, but in like the worst way,
Yeah.
The conflict is fun, getting mad is fun. I like it sometimes in like a shitty kind of sadistic, I'm not even hurting anyone, but I'm pretending to, and it's fun to get mad and,
yeah, be like,
talk to my friends like, that sucks. I hate that. That movie is stupid. Why do people like that?
Garbage.
That shit is trash. Like, and everyone's like, yeah, but really you're feel horrible while you do it.
As you know, being a content creator, when you're on the other side of it and you start getting, because I remember back in the day, I would like tweet shit. And I think that there's just like this disconnect that people think it's like, first off, they're kind of like, you want them to see it and you kind of want to like hurt them a little bit or something.
Yeah.
At the same time, if you get a response and they're cool, you're like, oh, there's another person, like a human being on the other end of this. And I bet that's kind of hard to do, maybe a little, and it kind of just adds like a little perspective. I remember one time in particular, I was like, I tweeted this, her name was Sage Steele, and she used to do like NBA pregame, and she was sitting around with like all these NBA greats like Magic Johnson and fucking D Wade and shit, and they're all talking basketball, and she's just having a hard time keeping up with them. And I'm like, are we going to get somebody in there that can handle a conversation with these fucking guys? And she tweeted me back and was like, they haven't fired me yet or some shit like that. And I was like, oh, okay. I said, I didn't back down from what I said, but I was like, I appreciate you being a good sport or whatever. But it did help give me some like perspective that there are other people on the other side of it. They're real human beings. When I got on the air on radio and shit, and I started getting like, you know, nasty comments, a lot of good comments too and shit, which it's important not to get caught up in either end of that spectrum, the good comments or the bad comments or whatever. But it is like, I don't think people fully get, like, they're those keyboard warriors, and it's like, you would never talk to this person that way if you were face to face with them ever.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah. You wouldn't do that face to face, of course. And I think what people are doing is they're making people into objects, like you're saying, or, you know, they're not attacking Brian, they're attacking, like, you know, at Brian Wright _69 or whatever the hell, you know. So it's not like you know, they're an avatar. It's like it's like, yeah, it's not real.
It's also, I think a lot of people are just unhappy, and they're like, they don't think that, they look at somebody like you or me and be like, you guys, you think that people want to hear what you have to say? Like, what makes you fucking special? Like, the audacity of you fucks, and that kind of makes them angry a little bit. And, and also that, like, people push through, you know, and a lot of people who give up on their dreams doing shit like you do, it's easy to, they're kind of almost like either secretly hoping that you're going to fail or waiting for you to prove them wrong. That, like, you are a beast, and it's like, it's a weird kind of thing that people kind of disassociate themselves from, but they also, I don't know, I think you understand what I'm trying to say. It's like, you just don't get, it's like they're not making the connection that you're a real human being on the other end of it that's just doing their best. Everybody thinks that your intentions are coming from some, like, really weird, like, egotistical fucking place or something. If you're putting yourself out there as an entertainer or whatever, and they feel like they have
mine are coming from there. Mine personally, but
I do think I'm better than everybody else. So.
That's why I put my face on everything, because it's really good looking, and I want everyone to see it.
Dude, how do you feel about it? You feel like we got it all in there? Anything else that you want to talk about? Pump your podcast out a little bit?
Yeah, Gene Jack's podcast on YouTube. Check it out, and come to the show August 23rd at Shamrock. It's gonna be dope, dude. I'm really excited.
Fuck yeah, dude. You got any questions for me? I think that we got everything planned out. We got tickets are selling really well, which, by the way, I didn't want to interrupt you, but literally, we had since this podcast started, we've had 2 ticket orders come through for your show.
Nice.
Just in, like, so they're pumping in here, man. And we're going to have a crowd for you on Tuesday night. I do a quote of the week normally, and it actually works out because this is a sports one. I was a little worried you wouldn't get the reference, but you know, Lou Holtz, he's an old Notre Dame head coach. And he said, winners embrace hard work. They love the discipline of it, the trade-off they're making to win. Losers, on the other hand, see it as punishment, and that's the difference. And you got to kind of embrace that shit. And I see you doing that, dog. Like, embrace,
thanks, man.
Fucking go through the process, allow other people to see your growth. And, like, as it becomes more real, people are going to be bought in because they saw where you started from, where you're going, you're putting in the work, you're putting out really good content. And I don't see you shying away from the hard work aspect of it or trying to take any shortcuts. I appreciate what you're doing, Doug.
Oh, thank you, dude. It's really nice.
I mean it. I really want people to give you a follow. You're at Chris Jean Official on Instagram. Yeah. About the TikToks, like, I'm fucking old fuck. I'm not on TikTok, but
I'm Chris Jean Jokes on TikTok, and then One Question on Snapchat would be great.
Nice. Fuck yeah, dude. Everybody give them a follow. Come see us Tuesday night. It's going to be a dope show. All right, brother. You're in the Mental Reps family now. You're welcome back.
Hell yeah, brother.
Fuck yeah, dude. It was a good one.